Hello, hello. Welcome to How a Tiny Cat Dog Took Over the World by Casual Geographic. Let's go. This picture looks so weird. It looks like almost cartoonish.
What does the fox say? What does the fox say?
I'm surprised people still know that song. Like, I know it was popular, but I feel like it just kind of like dropped off and nobody used it anymore.
What does the fox say?
Oh, look how cute it is! I love it. I love it. Oh, that one's even cuter.
Alright, pop quiz. What is the most widespread carnivore on Earth? Out of all of those animals in the world,
badger.
Which one managed to spread further and thrive in more places than any other?
A badger.
This isn't rhetorical, by the way. Comment your answer. I'm actually curious.
A
All
badger.
votes in? Okay, good.
What was that? I know you just said it, but like I've never seen that before.
The red fox. I don't know when it happened, but somewhere in the history of Earth, there was a subplot where the fox took over the world, and they have not let up since. Today, there's about 23 flavors of fox seasoning this big ball of dirt and water.
Why you gotta call them flavors, man? It's accurate, but why you gotta call them flavors?
With well over 40 subspecies on the roster.
Oh, look at that. Hold on. Look at this one down here. It's all blurry now. This one's cool. This one looks mean. Like fierce.
And they are everywhere. From
Oh, another one just like
griefing gardens in the suburbs to pickpocketing polar bears in the north are dirt and water.
This one just looks like a coyote, does it not? If you tell me this is a coyote, I'd believe you.
With well over 40
Same with this one.
subspecies on the roster. And they are everywhere. From griefing gardens in the suburbs, to pickpocketing polar bears in the north, to murking koalas in Australia. Trust and believe we gonna get to that. You can find some Vulpes variant virtually anywhere in the world.
See,
that
it
isn't
looks
the ocean
cartoonish,
or
doesn't it?
Antarctica. And the biggest
Some of them
flex
just
of the
look so
foxes
cartoonish.
is the red fox. Despite being in the weight class of a small
Hey,
dog,
red fox, I
no
see
other
you.
mammalian carnivore owns
I
more
see
real
you.
estate.
Represent.
And even though they're invited to the carnivore cookout, technically they're omnivores, which means they eat, and I
those
do not say
ears.
this lightly, everything. Rabbits, rodents,
Those ears
birds,
are so
frogs, worms,
cute.
fish, crabs, clams, insects, lizards, eggs, fruits, plants, garbage, cat food, dog food, carry-on, and I don't mean the bag, and actual feces. Literally their whole meal plan is, if it doesn't
Wait, what? They eat poop too? For the record, I've never eaten poop. Don't plan to. Putting that out there.
kill them first, they'll eat it. Foxes are also able to exploit the Earth's magnetic fields in order to catch bodies. You've probably seen this thing foxes do
Oh,
when
the
they'll swan
jump!
dive into a pile of snow. So cute. It's called mousing, and foxes are able to use magnetic fields as this kind of internal GPS, and they cross-reference that with a broken sense of hearing to figure out exactly where their target is and exactly where they're
It just digs itself halfway into the snow. Sorry. It's so cute. I never knew that was a feature that was available to us.
and a critical hit. Foxes pretty much have a real-life wall hack, and they're one of the few animals to hunt like this. They're also smart enough to memorize the migration patterns of certain species of birds, meaning they know the exact time to pull up for free and easy protein.
Those are foxes?
Foxes also managed to figure out the same with some turtles, since timing it right after they lay their eggs and peace out means low effort omelets. Call that over easy. And arguably, no place is foxed around.
The blip! Look at the blip! Yes, I love it. Hold on. Can I? I can't blip like that, but... Am I close enough? I like it. That's cute.
Around and found out more than Australia. Because way back in the 1800s, Europeans airdropped red foxes to the land down under for the sport of fox hunting. Evidently, the foxes weren't about to go down like that. To the point where a couple years ago, it's estimated that over 7 million foxes exist in Australia as a perpetual
Fox
middle
fight.
finger to the settlers that thought they'd be light work. Some unhinged foxes even learned to climb trees in order to snatch baby koalas and sugar gliders, proving that any animal that gets introduced to Australia will
They're basically just cats. Like, okay, the cat dog thing makes sense now. They're basically just like the cat with the body of a dog.
inevitably become a problem. And
Or
now
maybe vice
foxes
versa.
and feral cats are like the Kobe and Shaq of putting native Australian animals on a shirt. That ability to adapt means foxes are one of the very
Yeah, look at it. Look at it. Looks like a coyote.
few predators that do better in cities. Not as well, not almost as well, no. better.
big those ears
Today,
are.
the highest density of foxes living in Britain are shacking it up in the city. In some neighborhoods, you'll find twice as many fox families than you would in the countryside, and 200 times as many than in some desolate moors.
Or, noun. Boggy area, especially one that is petty or peaty? The hell is peaty? Okay, and dominated by grasses and sedges. What is a sedge?
And even though they get straight up bullied by bigger canines, foxes don't rely on a pack structure the same way wolves do.
Nope.
And they have enough pretty privilege to dodge the smoke everyone seems to have for coyotes.
Hell yeah, we do.
It also helps that they're nocturnal and move like introverts. Mama fox will go out of her way to clean the den area so well that the average person could walk right past it and not even realize there's a whole family underground. And just like with birds, foxes will study and memorize the schedule of humans in the area and only come out when it's least active. They'll even take advantage
So
of garbage
smart.
schedules so they know exactly when to come root through your trash. And they'll even take note of what times you often feed your pets so that they can steal their share. And you may never even notice.
Little sneaky
Depending
fox.
on where you live, you can probably count on one hand how many foxes you've seen in your neighborhood, even if you've lived around them your entire life. And lucky for
Fox is
them, they
small.
happen to be just cute enough to not have to worry about getting their existence nuked like some of their predators. Speaking of which, let's talk about the many enemies of the fox.
Look at those eyes, dude. Those eyes are so cool. Like the brownish red. It's so cool. It's literally like its fur. That's awesome.
You got wolves, coyotes, cougars, lynxes, birds of prey, bears, wolverines, cars, and many, many more. Because the one bad thing about being a fox is everything on the census either wants to eat you or wants to kill you because you eat the same things. In fact, the first
Fair
and
enough.
sometimes last enemy they'll make is their family. Fox cubs will fight their siblings off rip in order to establish a hierarchy. And it's not the cute Disney play fighting I used to think it was. 20% of
Ooh.
fox kids born will never leave the den. It's just straight violence out the womb. I can't even say it's on site since baby foxes live the Helen Keller experience for the first 2 weeks of their life.
Is that true? Aren't cats similar? Aren't cats like blind for a little while after they're born? Or am I thinking of something else? Interesting.
Lucky for them, foxes often mate for life and bring up the kids together. I mentioned this in the Father's Day episode last
Look how
video,
cute
but
it
fox
is.
fathers will
It's so
hide
small.
food around the den in these little pantries in order to teach his kids how to find food for themselves. I want you to keep that pantry thing in mind. We're gonna come back to that. Fox cubs have a couple months of a grace period before they have to go out and figure out life on their own. Lucky for
Wait, I just barely caught that. So the parents will hide food and then let their cubs find them. Wait, what's the baby one called? Is it cub? I forgot. Anyway, they'll let them find it. Is that kit? No, it's something else. That's gonna bug me. What is it? I don't know. I'll look it up after. It'll be right there.
them, they're part of the most unfairly versatile group of animals you'll ever see. Like, did you know foxes can climb trees? No, I don't mean like fully scale that, John. The gray fox has been seen ascending over 70 feet up into a tree, and they're one of the few foxes that flex
that?
retractable claws, which allows gray foxes to
Wait, they have retractable claws? So they are like a cat.
avoid conflict with predators like coyotes. Go ahead and ask cheetahs how important that is. Tree
That's
climbing
such a
only
cute
proves
picture
that
of a
foxes are
of a
just cat
cheetah.
software marrying dog hardware. A cat dog, if you will. And it shows that there isn't a lot of real estate on Earth that a fox can't claim. And no fox proves this more than my personal favorite, the Arctic fox. Because this igloo puppy
looks
has
so
zero
cool.
business surviving out here. Not only is it cold enough to get one shot by wind, the Arctic fox also has ops like wolves and polar bears to worry about.
Look how
And since
small
pretty
its
much
ears
anything
are.
goes in Satan's ice rink, both of them will not hesitate to eat
It kind of looks more like a dog. Look at the picture on the left, right? If you told me this was a dog, I'd believe you. Especially because of the ears.
a fun-sized fox. And it really be your own kind.
Look at that. Look at the tiny little ears. I love it. It's so cute.
Since another unlikely menace to an ice fox's life
It only has two
is the
whiskers.
red fox. Because as small as they are, the red fox is still 2 to 3 times bigger than their snowy cousins.
Hell yeah.
And yes, red foxes will 100%
Represent.
murk and eat their weaker relatives if it means surviving.
Oh, I
so
know
you
about
think it'd
that.
be curtains for any pint-sized predator that even tries out here.
I don't know about
Well,
that. Hold on.
Don't think for a second Arctic foxes don't have their tricks too. They'll strategically follow polar bears for miles just to clean off whatever they don't finish. We're talking
Smart.
about a house cat-sized fox slipping food from the literal biggest land predator on the planet.
the bird, too.
While
You see
also
the bird?
managing to stay far enough to avoid getting their consciousness confiscated permanently. These baby-faced survivors will even resort to scavenging the polar bear's food.
Dude, the polar bear doesn't give a shit. It literally doesn't care. It's probably like, you know, it's not worth it. You're not worth the effort it would take to capture you. Honestly, I respect that.
Except after it's already been digested and taken the south exit. Yeah, they're
Or
a
it's just
different kind
full.
of potty
Either one.
mouth. But the Arctic fox has a secret to never having to miss a meal. These Q-tip terriers have a pantry system where they'll bury any extra food in a network of underground dens, which can stretch across 20 miles.
Whoa.
And it's these food supplies that keeps the Arctic fox's pulse going in the dead of winter. There was even one time where researchers uncovered a fox cellar containing 38 birds, 4 rabbits, and about a dozen eggs.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy.
Oh, it's hoarding on 1,000, but it's what keeps them Euro-stepping death and ghosting the Grim Reaper. This cotton-colored canine has one more trick too. Coming in all white helps the glacier jockey cosplay as a snowdrift in order to avoid predators. But once the sun finally makes an appearance like an absentee father
pretty.
on tax day, the longer daylight triggers hormonal changes that causes them to change color.
Oh, they changed color. I didn't know that. I never thought about that before.
Coats. They go from whiter than a party in the Hamptons to a thinner coat that matches the tundra the Arctic turns into. And it's all these abilities that allows the chameleon of foxes to live in one of the most unlivable places on Earth.
Reminds me of those ghosts that
so
climb
does the
mountains. I don't know
smallest
why.
fox
Just
in the
seen it
world.
climb like
On
that.
the other side of the spectrum, the fennec
Oh, it's a fennec fox. Dude, look at those ears. Look how long they are.
fox survives
You could tie its ears into a bow on top of its head.
in a very different kind of desert. It's the smallest canine in the world and
Look
can
at
probably
it.
get bodied
It's like
by
a
a
chihuahua.
chihuahua. Those massive ears are good for 3 things: increasing their overall surface
Whoa.
area to help keep them cool, the same way elephant ears do, helping them pinpoint the insects, lizards, and rodents on its grocery list.
It looks
even
like a
while they're
chihuahua.
underground, and for looking absolutely adorable doing it.
True.
Like I said, foxes are broken. Especially since fennecs can live off the moisture they get from food and by licking the dew from their dens. Not only that, but their
What?
kidneys are actually designed to function off very little actual water, making this travel-sized fox one of the few animals able to survive in the desert without drinking actual water. And as a human, you tap out from life after about 3 days of a water fast. In fact, where the fennec fox may never have
Dude, look at those ears. Holy shit. Those are huge. Those ears are literally like half its body. I mean, less than that, but around there. It's like at least a quarter of the body. They're so big. I love it.
to drink at all, the average adult should drink about 48 ounces a day. That's just over 2 of these, which can often feel like a chore, but Air Up's flavor pods makes it
Really?
way easier. These pods actually manage to trick your brain by using scent flavors traveling to your brain to replicate the taste of whatever pod you chose. Whole time you're just drinking plain water. Just fill the bottle up, pull the pod to activate the flavor, hold the bottle upright, and yeah, that's pretty much it. My personal favorite's mango.
How do I feel about
but
that?
you have a variety of options like watermelon, peach, cucumber,
Just
orange,
weird.
apple, and a bunch more. And again, there's no calories, no sugar. It's just you gaslighting your brain, since about 80% of taste is actually dependent on smell. Now, I've never had a problem
schnoz.
drinking enough water, but after deciding to try to cut down on sodas and juices, I can honestly say Air Up has come in clutch more than a few times. And you know this isn't just an ad. I literally tell y'all to drink water in every single video. And now I can help with that. So make sure you check out Air Up.
When I get that craving, I usually drink like sparkling water. Like those flavored sparkling waters. I literally drink that. Just if I'm like craving something, but I don't want to drink a soda, but I'm like craving a little bit of carbonation. Like, you know, you get that craving. You can literally just do that and it'll kill that craving. But this is cool too. It's just a little weird.
Up in their many flavor pods using the link in the description. Use the code CASUALGO15 for 15% off. And like always, make sure y'all staying hydrated out there. Hydration isn't a problem for a pocket-sized
Look at those
sand pup.
ears.
Oh, and by the way, since their kidneys are always on desert mode, Fennec's fox pee is super concentrated and smells like pee-pee Le Pew. And since foxes will pee on any surface, 2 hours with a Fennec under your roof and your
Yep,
house
sounds
will
about right.
smell like a skunk orgy. So yeah, don't be confusing them for good pets. You shouldn't confuse them for a pale fox either. That's
Nope.
offensive to them. They look similar, but the pale fox is slightly bigger, has a smaller range, and is overall the less clouded dupe.
What does that look like? It's like a mix of like, I want to say a parrot or a parrot. What? No, not parrot. Like a ferret and a dog. It's like a mix of that. I don't know.
With
It's
a
weird.
fennec. And
It's
if
got
you
like a
take a
long
quick
body.
trip a couple 100 miles down south, you'll find the bat-eared fox. Unlike the rest of the fox family, their meal plan
Yo.
contains almost entirely insects, with most of their protein coming from termites.
Your little
Those
paws.
satellite dish ears allows it to
Like a
eavesdrop
raccoon.
on termite affairs before it packs them. They've even gone ahead and invested in extra teeth to help with their termite terminating tendencies. Bat ears also acts on fox-like by living in packs,
Oh, those
usually
are
made of
so
a mating pair
cool.
and their children, kind of the same way wolf packs work. It's like a fox that slept through the lecture on How to Fox 101, which
Look how
actually
furry
makes
those
a lot
are.
of sense.
Look how
since
fuzzy it
technically
is.
Bat-eared foxes aren't true foxes. There are 12 species that earn the title of true fox, and 4 of them we've already mentioned: the red fox, the Arctic, the fennec, and the pale fox. Another true fox is the Tibetan fox.
Oh, I know these ones. I've seen these too. I've seen these. Dude, I've heard about these too. I've heard about these. They're a little different.
No, I'm serious. That's exactly what they look like. Like a reborn human realizing reincarnation ain't always sweet.
Dude,
or like
it
nature got
does.
drunk and
It
tried redrawing
does.
foxes strictly from memory and then uploaded it as a dare. It's the only animal able to
Dude, it looks so done. It looks like it's so done with life. Like, I feel like you can go on a bus and you see people that look like this. Like, you just walk down the street, you just see people look like this.
side-eye you while looking you dead in the face. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and every image of a
Oh, that one's just chilling. That one's cool.
Tibetan fox tells a story of apathy, indifference, and a splash of contempt. Now you might be wondering why this fox looks like an AI-generated Renaissance painting. Some say it's to help them cope with a windy environment. Some say it's because their skulls are specialized for carnivory. I say God or nature, whoever did this to them, has a twisted sense of humor.
It looks vaguely like a
Evidently,
cat.
the Tibetan fox does
That one,
not.
the other one did.
Also, you know the whole coyote-badger team-up that we all love so much and can't get enough of? Apparently, the Tibetan fox has the same type of arrangement with Himalayan brown bears, where the bears will dig out pika burrows, that's a pika, and force them to run on land, where they get chased down by the fox. The fox isn't the
Oh.
digger the bear is, but the fox has better foot speed, so like any true dynamic duo, they cover each other's weaknesses, even if one of them looks allergic to oxygen. I'm gonna run through a couple more foxes real quick. We have Blandford's fox, found in the Middle East and Central
Ooh,
Asia.
it looks like a
They're
fennec.
easily the goats of foxes.
What the fuck? Wait, what? Why? Are they climbing? I know goats. Some goats climb. Are these ones trying to climb? They are, huh? This one's just licking the side. I don't know why it's funny to me. It's just like licking the side. Oh, you guys can't see it. Or just licking the wall. Sorry, that's funny to me.
Able to scale anything short of 90 degrees and able to do the equivalent of a 10-foot box jump by leaping onto ledges. There's the kit fox of the Southwest, also known as the San Joaquin fox, and they're basically the American edition of the fennec fox. You can't
Light-skinned
forget about the
fox.
Corset
You guys can
fox,
see
the
it. It's in the
Mongolian
bottom right.
steppe and Central Asian deserts. Then you got the Cape fox of South America, and the slightly bigger Indian-based Bengal fox. I was not kidding, unless you're neighbors with a cast of Happy Feet, there's likely more foxes in your area than hot singles just dying to meet you. Foxes come in so many forms that they even have their equivalent
A lot of them are smaller. You notice that? Like, not all of them are small, but a lot of them are like a little smaller. So the red fox really is the biggest one, huh? That gray fox kind of looks cool. There's a crab-eating fox? What? By my ears, up here on the right side. There's a crab-eating fox. How does that work? I want to see that.
of a shiny Pokemon. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Cross Fox.
Literally? Okay, hold on. Sorry, quick. I'll stop pausing here in a second. This picture is literally a reference used for the design. For my design. It's literally a reference. Just because of that red. Like, I couldn't capture it because I'm not the best at art. But the person that did my art originally helped out a lot.
It's actually a red fox with partial melanism. You know, the same thing that turns leopards and jaguars into black panthers. They're more common in Canada, where up to a third of the
That's
red
so
fox
cool.
population has this bimelanated alternate skin. And even rarer than them are silver foxes, which is just a red fox with complete melanism, gang. Cause yeah, red foxes aren't always red. Like I said, foxes exist in many forms, but there's one final form not even they saw coming.
Sleepy boy.
Pets. That's right, there's a population of domestic foxes in the world as we speak. Basically, the lore goes, this guy, Dmitry Belyaev, asked a question. How did we go from this apex predator to a lapdog? So he and graduate Ludmila Trut tried to see if they could replicate the wolf domestication process, except with foxes. They created a fox farm with 100 vixens and 30 males, and which foxes got to mate depended on which ones were the most tolerant of humans. The most human-friendly foxes fornicated, and this process repeated itself with the next generation.
That one's cute.
Essentially, they were selecting for traits that would make them the most fit for human companionship.
Son, look at this from the fox's point of view. Imagine not being able to mate because you don't like people. I feel like if somebody tried to... I don't know, it's funny. They can't mate because they don't like people. Just something about that's funny. I don't know why.
And as the experiment wore on, the foxes went from not fearful of people, to tolerant of people, to actively seeking out people. Later generations would develop an affinity towards humans, sniffing and licking people, and even replacing the aggressive yips and shrieks with more passive whimpers and pants. But what we weren't expecting
Teach it
was,
to
as their
bark.
personalities and attitudes towards people changed, so did their bodies. The more people-friendly foxes sported droopy ears and curled up tails, which is pretty different from the upright ears and downwards pointed tails of their wild cousins. And after decades of successfully playing God with foxes, we now live in a world where you can adopt and own a pet silver fox. Now here's a part of the video where I tell you why you ain't ready for that.
Yeah,
They poop
you're
and
not
pee
ready for that.
everywhere, and there isn't a surface in their house they can't get to.
You little shit.
They scream, especially at night. You'll be finding out what the fox says while you're trying to count sheep. Not to mention you're probably gonna
That's me right there. That's me when I go outside.
sacrifice furniture for their happiness. That combination adds up to a good chance you're up at 3 a.m. cleaning fox feces off the top of your fridge while cursing yourself for not just getting a hamster. You can probably find a way to make it work if you do the research and you're committed enough, but, and I'm gonna say this as many times as it's applicable, if you're that willing to sacrifice your sleep, sanity, and social life for a screaming, pooping deratio of a creature.
Oh, so a kid. So a kid, right? Sorry. I just had to.
Just have children, because foxes are
see?
great wild animals.
Okay, you know what? I don't feel as bad now. He said it too. He said it too. It's not just me. That's the first thing I thought of.
But they can really be some mid-as-hell pets. But that's gonna do it for this video. Friendly reminder that I do have a book out. It's called 100 Animals That Can Redact.
You should check out the book, you
Link in
guys.
the description if you're interested. Shout out to Arab for sponsoring this video. Shout out to you all for watching this video. Drink water, wear sunscreen, touch grass, hug your parents, and I'ma see y'all in the next one. Oh yeah, and happy birthday to me.
I love you.
Fox.
Are you my porky potato? Are you my porky potato?
What?
Hi.
What's his name?
Hi. Oh my gosh.
Oh. You're so cute, dude. Volume up to enjoy the chaos. Oh, I thought I was trying to bury it. They make so much noise, dude. It's so cute.